Evening all. Stephen here on a Sunday evening. Not feeling much better than last night. It's the pipe. Suits my black mood. 1950s clay pipe. Showed it off in a video many months ago. Can't get it to stay alive. It's more like it. It's a cold blood red mood. For some reason I keep inhaling. It's not a good idea. I've lost my temper already. I've lost my temper. This is all impromptu. It's not scripted. There we go. Now, what I'm listening to is another connection to my Rycuda obsession at the moment. I'm listening to this performance soundtrack. I won't go on about the film. I've said before, it's a love it or hate it film, you know, divides opinion. Just go on Wikipedia and read up about it and see if you fancy it or not. This is the soundtrack. Rycuda plays a lot on it, as you can hear from the guitar there, the slide guitar. That's Randy Newman singing. And I actually like the film. I don't actually have it on DVD. I might see if I can call it up on the telly later and watch it. I'm in a sort of retro mood. And if I can't find that, for some reason, it was the 1960s. I've suddenly fancied sort of got an idea to watch 2001: A Space Odyssey, which I have got on DVD and haven't watched for years. I remember going to see that at the cinema as a youth. I might have already said this before, but I'd imbibed certain substances of an illegal nature. And it wasn't good. It wasn't a good experience. I thought my brain had melted. But I've seen the film since in a more sober fashion, so I might check that out. Read the book too that went along with it. Arthur C. Clarke was a great writer. Rendezvous with Rama is probably one of my favourites of his. Of course, he predicted so much in science fiction that actually has come to pass. I'm drinking. The vocalist on this, Mary Clayton, a black American soul singer, and she did the vocals, the female vocals, the duet if you will, with Mick Jagger on Gimme Shelter, which is one of my all-time favourite Stones tracks. She crops up later on as well. Now then, more cider. I've even put ice in it because it wasn't chilled enough. I never put ice in a drink, unless it's a gin and tonic or a whiskey, and I don't touch those anymore because of I don't allow myself. I like scotch on the rocks a bit too much for my own good. 6 minutes in and I've waffled away without getting to the point. This is the VR to Chad. What's the most expensive thing you've ever broken? Finally got here. I doubt very much it was worth the wait. But in order to explain myself, I've done a little drawing. When my now ex-wife and I first got together, we lived in a small house just around the corner from here. What we call here a 2 up, 2 down terrace. 2 rooms upstairs, 2 rooms downstairs. And because of the unique location of this, there's actually a ravine. Very, very steep ravine, steep side of ravine that runs up from the river, and which I live right at the top end of it now. And previously we lived on one sort of edge of it. So the house was built on a very steep slope. So the front of the house was much higher than the back of the house. And here we have I'm not much of an artist. Can you even see that? This is a representation of the back of the house. 2 windows upstairs, window there. This was the back door. Then the back garden was down here. And what this is underneath the back door was the original outside toilet. Because of course these places weren't built with bathrooms or indoor toilets. And there's a wall here, outside toilet, wall and steps with a railing leading down. And you go down there, take care of business and then go back up. Must have been lovely in the winter at the dead of night. Oh, I've lost my lighter already. Oh, I think we might have to forget the pipe. This isn't going well, is it? Let's try this one. No, we're going to have to forget the pipe, I'm afraid, because I've already lost the lighter. Anyway, that was the situation. And when it was coming time towards the birth of our first child, well, this is a long way down to the garden. We knew we'd have need of a garden once she was born. And these steps were the original Victorian steps and were in a very, very bad state of repair. They were like brick built and brick retaining wall here, brick built with a concrete skin on the top, which had broken up and disappeared over the decades with weather and one thing and another. And so me, proud prospective father, decided I was going to repair these steps all the way down. And the way I was going to do it, I was going to start at the top. Probably wasn't the best idea, but you know. And I was going to put some wood shuttering around each step, put it in place like a box, put a concrete skim in, let it dry, then move on to the next one. And here I was, up at the top here on this top step with my boards of wood to make the shuttering to form, make the mould for the new step, if you will. And I was up there and I got it all into place and was knocking it into place with my hammer, and the best I can say is that the world opened up beneath me. I'd actually forgotten all about this until Chad asked his question. And all of this, the whole lot, collapsed. The wall, the whole lot just disintegrated. And I dropped with it. And I landed on my feet amongst this huge pile of rubble with no more than a couple of scratches and bruises. Completely demolished. Now, so it's not so much how expensive this was, which I broke through my efforts to repair it. It was how much it cost me, well, it cost me and my ex-wife to replace it. And it was quite a lot of money, because in the end, what we decided to do, because the outdoor toilet was a waste of money and waste of space anyway, we actually got a company that made a steel balcony with cast iron railings and then a spiral staircase, cast iron spiral staircase going down here. Cost us a couple of £1,000, but that's the most expensive thing that I've ever broken because of how much it cost to replace it. Wasn't worth the wait really, was it? Cheers. I wish I knew what I'd done with that lighter. It's driving me mad. Really don't know. Ah, well, whatever. I'll find it as soon as I've switched the camera off. Thank you all for your kind comments on my little tale of woe last night. Sorry I'm looking rather florid, it's the heat. It's my psoriasis, and one thing and another it brings it out in me. Come out here, boy. Come out here. I thought I'd throw back a question to anyone else that watches. That, following on from Chad's, is what is the most expensive thing you've ever broken, is what is the most valuable thing you've ever broken? Either broken or lost. And I don't mean necessarily monetary value, I mean sentimental value as well. Because I have lost and broken things over the years that had very little monetary value, but had a huge amount of sentimental value and a huge amount of memories packed in with them as well. And maybe that's a tale that I'll tell in another video. But in the meantime, I wondered if anyone else had a tale to tell. Ziggy, back off, boy. Of the most valuable thing that they have ever lost or broken. Lovely to have a VR, or just stick it in the comments down below. That's what this is all about, really, isn't it? I mean, it's great that Chad's putting up these questions, and Max puts up these questions on his Griblit's channel as well. It's nice because it gets some dialogue going. I think they're just tuning up. That I'm going to love you and leave you. Who knows, might put up another one in the week. I've got nothing else to do. Well, we shall see. Anyway, cheers. Doesn't feel right having ice in it. Now I'm going to go off and find that bloody lighter and my tamper, and perhaps enjoy the rest of my pipe. But in the meantime, until I speak to you again, have a great week and take care all. Ta-da.